Good morning, everybody, and this is your SP 500 setups for today. So it looks like we've broken through that consolidation area, and with a bit of effort. It wasn't clean cut, but this brings these levels, or should we just rather say zone, into play. So you can see we had a bit of a red bar, then sort of a engulfing bar, but it was sort of going nowhere. We'll look at that on the lower time frames, and then afterwards it eventually got some traction and started moving. Oscillators are now really gripped to the upside. The diversion that was in play is now pretty much done. It's now a double top if anything does happen. So onwards and upwards it is. So let's just get down and see. We're still looking for a pullback onto structure, and this one here was, hindsight being the perfect science, that was the level 4600 on the dot, and we pulled away from that. So I am going to use this level and bring that swing high into place from yesterday. That is the closest bit of 3-hour structure we have at the moment. So trend is very strong to the upside. We're extremely overbought at the moment, so you do want to be cautious. And we do have quite a bit of data coming out as well. So we've still got CPI coming out, and we have the Feds. So just be cautious with whatever trades you've got in. Keep those stops really tight. Now don't forget to hit that like button for us. Drop us a comment. Every bit of interaction does help. Now I want to just bring in another level here, which is the swing high. And you can see what I mean by it pretty much laboring on its way up. So it was looking like there were sellers, but as I said, there was no reason to be looking for shorts. Pulled back onto here, had a second attempt, and then these two tails really got everybody confused, me included, because I got out here, got in at the bottom, got out here, and then it still continued to break through. Should have held it, hindsight being perfect science again, but nevertheless, profit is profit. So what we have at the moment is we've had the spike in channel, and let me just show you what I mean by that. We've had the sharp spike up here, one-way traffic. You can see this on the 15-minute, just green bars, green bars, green bars, green bars, and then we went into a channel. So a channel can extend for a long period of time, but I suspect we're going to come back to test some structure, and this to me is the area that I would expect something to happen, and that is 4617. Now, what is the significance of 4617? If you go across to the weekly first, just to open up the charts, and then come to the daily, you will see, and I can just add this one where price is as well. Have a look at the lows of these days. You can see where these levels line up. See there? So that 4617, you can see 2 days, 3 days, if you can count that as well, 4 days in the past where that was an impact on price. And if you just do that, you'll see there is another 4614, same area. So that is something that you do definitely need to be paying attention to. There is a lot of daily structure around this area. So that's 4617 and 4615 area. So that is the area that I would be looking for an opportunity to buy back into, because obviously those was support and resistance in the past on the daily, and we don't have anything here at the moment. So kind of what I would expect. Break of this channel to the downside. The channel target is basically there if it does break to the downside, and that is 4620. So 2-point drop further into this space here. That's the area I'd be looking for an opportunity to buy into this. So this is daily overhead resistance as well, 4631. And ladies and gentlemen, we are edging up higher to these previous all-time highs, but the important one here is this is the last line of defense, if you can call it. It's ever so slightly higher but it is the last line of defense here. After this, once we break this, come back and build a base in this area, this big inverse head and shoulders here comes into play. And it's not just the inverse head and shoulders, because there is also a big flag here. If I just minimize here, strong move up. Okay, and this was sort of this was COVID, where you see we dropped with COVID. See how small and insignificant that drop actually is. And if you think back, the panic that was in the market at that time, strong move up, consolidation flag, break of the flag. There was a bit of a retest. There's a second retest there. So this here is move, flag, move. So for me, we are looking at a break of this zone. We're looking to fill the base in here, and then we're looking to tackle all-time highs, and then above all-time highs, and then continue. So that's kind of the long-term view that we have. But for the short term, we're looking for a pullback. We're looking for a pullback onto 46.18, 46.17, 46.14 area. That is big daily and weekly resistance there. So we want to pull back onto there. We want to build a base here, and then we want an opportunity to get back in on this to target 46.31 again. So that's the one side of it. The other side of it, which could also just materialize like it did yesterday, is break through this 46.31, retest it, and then just continue on higher. And lastly, what that target looks like is going to be the all-time highs here. So you can see where there is structure. I'm just going to put them all in, because they're all going to give you an opportunity to get in and out of trades. So price is right here at 46.31. So we break through that and we retest. Your next target is going to be 46.57. Then your next target is going to be 46.76. And then there's a really strong target at 47.18. That pin bar there will also be a big target. That tail is going to be a target. Once we're through all of this, then it's the all-time high. So you can see it took, what are we on? Daily. So it took 2 months of sideways motion here before we eventually popped up and then dropped down. So don't expect us just to fly through this. That is going to be relatively difficult, but the nice thing about that on the lower time frames is, if I can just zoom out, you can see how much opportunity is here. So break there with a stop there, 100-point stop loss, and your first target is 200. So it's a 2-to-1 trade, and so it will continue as we get through those levels. Okay, anyway, that's kind of my view for today. It's onwards and upwards, just looking to buy off pullbacks, nothing else. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.